Today I am going to present what is cable and suspension bridge and the equilibrium of cable subjected to concentrated loads and uniformly distributed load. Also, we'll discuss what are the different types of support on which the cable rests and how to determine the forces on anchor cables and towers. What is cable? Cable is a deformable structure. Cable are flexible and they do not resist the shear force and bending moment. It primarily carries tension and is perfectly straight between each suspended load and the anchorage. The tension that develops due to applied load acts tangentially at that point. This is the cable, suspension cable subjected to concentrated load. This is suspension cable subjected to concentrated load. So here this is the cable when the supports are the same level. Here this is one support and this is another support. Both the supports are the same level. So this is the cable. And that is subjected to the concentrated load. Consider a cable AP supporting the vertical loads W1, W2, W3. So due to this load, so what are the reactions at the end? Support, the reaction at the support A is VA, HA, and the reaction at the support B is VB and HP. And here this is the cable, but here the cable is in different level. So this is one support and this is another support. This is one support and this is another support, and both the supports are at different level. Both the supports are at different level. So this is the load subjected to the cable, and this is the vertical deflection of the point CDE, and this is the support A and B. So in this case, how you will find out the unknown reaction components? Because here you see in the case of cable, at support A and support B, there are 4 reaction components. So at support A, there are 2 reaction components, VA and HA, and support B, there are 2 reaction components, VB and HP. There are 4 reaction components. But you have 3 equilibrium equations. That is summation of vertical force is equal to 0, and summation of horizontal force is equal to 0, and the summation of moment is equal to 0. You have 3 equilibrium equations, but there are 4 unknowns. So how will you find out these 4 unknown reaction components? You have to take another equation by formulating and by taking moment about a section. By taking moment about a section, and you have to take that moment is equal to 0, because cable is a flexible behavior. So the bending moment at any section of the cable is 0. The bending moment you take at any point in the cable, the bending moment is equal to 0. So you have to formulate one more equation, that is you have to take the moment about any section and you have to equate that moment to 0. So that is the 4th equation. So using these 4 equations, summation of vertical force is equal to 0, summation of horizontal force is equal to 0, summation of moment is equal to 0, and by formulating the 4th equation, that is the bending moment at any section in the cable is equal to 0. So using these 4 equations, you can find out the 4 unknown reaction components, VA, VB, HA and HP. Here, coming to what is cables and suspension bridge. What is suspension bridge? So cables are used as a temporary guys during the erection and as permanent guys for supporting towers. Generally, the cable is used for supporting the towers. Cable are used in the suspension bridge. A suspension bridge consists of 2 cables with a number of suspenders which support the roadway. Coming to this figure, this is a typical suspension bridge. So here this is the cable, this is the cable, and this is the roadway, this is the roadway, and this is the suspender. This is the suspender, the vertical line, this is the suspender. and these two vertical posts, this is here called the tower. This is called the tower. These two vertical posts is the tower, and this is the anchor cable. This is anchor cable. This two is anchor cable, and this two is the tower, and this is the cable, and this is the suspender. The length between the two towers, that is here called the span of the suspension bridge. When you will take a section at the midpoint of the suspension bridge, so this is the cross section. This is the cross section of the suspension bridge, because this is the roadway. The suspender is present both sides of the roadway. This is the roadway. This one, this line, the black line. This is the roadway. So this is the typical suspension bridge. Cables are used in the suspension bridge. A suspension bridge consists of two cables with the number of suspenders. Two cables. This is one cable, this is one cable, and number of suspenders. These are the number of suspenders which support the roadway, and the suspension cable. The suspenders are connecting the roadway and the cable. Figure 3 shows a typical suspension bridges in which the cable is supported over towers. To reduce the bending moment in the tower, anchor cables are provided. So here you have to reduce the bending moment in the tower. This is the tower. So the cable is supported by tower. So to reduce the bending moment in the tower, here the anchor cable is provided at both ends of the cable. Here anchor cable, this is provided to reduce the bending moment on the tower. To reduce the bending moment in the towers, anchor cables are provided. The central sag or dip of the cable varies from 1/10 to 1/15 of the span. This is the central dip. This is the horizontal line, and this is the cable. So here this is called the central dip. The central sag or dip of the cables varies from 1/10 to 1/15 of the span. The cables will be having either guided pulley support or roller pulley support. So this is two support system. One is your guided pulley support, and another one is a roller pulley support. This is guided pulley support, and this is roller pulley support. So this is the pulley. This is the suspension cable, and this is the anchor cable, and this is the tower, and this is guided pulley support. And in the roller pulley support, this is the tower, this is suspension cable, and this is anchor cable. So this is roller pulley support, this is tower, this is suspension cable, and this is anchor cable. This one is your suspension cable. This is the suspension cable, and this is the anchor cable, and this is the tower. Here there are two support systems. One is your guided pulley support, and another one is a roller pulley support. Because the anchor cable and this one, the suspension cable, anchor cable and suspension cable is resting over the tower. Therefore, this tower is provided either by guided pulley support or by roller pulley support. The cables will be having either guided pulley support or roller pulley support as shown in figure 4. In the case of pedestrian, suspension bridge, suspender support the roadway directly. But in the case of pedestrian suspension bridge, in case of pedestrian suspension bridge, suspender support the roadway directly. This is the suspender. So this is support the roadway directly. In the case of pedestrian suspension bridge, when there is heavy traffic, so that case, so the large span stiffening girder also provided to support the roadway. This is the stiffening girder. So this is generally provided when there is heavy traffic, and the large span stiffening girder are provided to support the roadway. So this is the example of Lakshman Jhula, Rishikesh, and Howrah Bridge. These two is the example of the suspension bridge. Lakshman Jhula, Rishikesh, and Howrah Bridge, Calcutta, are popular example of suspension bridge. You know that is Lakshman Jhula, Rishikesh, and Howrah Bridge, Calcutta. These two bridges are the popular example of suspension bridge. the number of suspenders are more, the load on the cable may be taken as uniformly distributed load. Here you see, these are the suspenders. So as the number of suspenders are more, so you have to take the load on the cable is your uniformly distributed load. Then coming to equilibrium of cable. This is cable structure. This is cable. A cable is a flexible structure which cannot resist bending moment. This is cannot resist bending moment. In deflected shape of cable, the bending moment at any point of cable is zero. And the cable develop the horizontal thrust at the support. This is the horizontal thrust at the support A, and this is the horizontal thrust at the support B. H is the horizontal thrust at the support A, and H is horizontal thrust at support B, and this is the vertical reaction at A, and this is vertical reaction at B. And this is developed at the end of the cable, that is at the support. So this is developed the thrust and the vertical reaction, BA and H. Consider the cable shown in figure 6, which is subjected to various loads. The cable is subjected to the various load W1, W2, W3. Let the horizontal force developed at support is H. VA and VB the vertical reaction at support A and B. So let us take one section at a distance X from the support A. This is the section. And the deflection at the section is Y. This is the deflection at the section. Because this is the horizontal line and this is the deflected shape of the cable. And this is the vertical distance. So this load is present at a distance A1 from support A, and this load is present at a distance A2 from the support A, and this is the section XX at a distance X from the support A, and this is the vertical deflection. This is the vertical deflection. So what is the moment at section XX? What is the moment? What is the moment here? What is the moment at the section XX? So this you can find out because you take the left side of the section. So in left side of the section, there are present the horizontal thrust and vertical reaction at A, and W1 load and W2 load. W1 load is present at a distance A1 from the support A, and W2 load is present at a distance A2 from the support A. So what is the moment here? What is the moment here? So take due to this vertical reaction, what is the moment here? So VA into X, this is clockwise, and due to this two load, what is the moment here? Anti-clockwise, and due to the horizontal thrust, what is the moment here? Anti-clockwise. So VA into X minus W1 into X minus A1 minus W2 into X minus A2 minus H into Y. So this is the moment of the section. The cable is a flexible structure, so the bending moment at any section is equal to 0. Mx is equal to 0. Therefore, Hy, so here you take Vax minus W1, X minus A1 minus W2, X minus A2 minus Hy is equal to 0. Then after simplification, Hy is equal to Vax minus W1, X minus A1 minus W2, X minus A2. So this Hy is equal to the B moment. So this is the B moment. Hy is equal to Vax minus W1 X minus A1 minus W2 into X minus A2. So this is the B moment, and this moment you will get due to the vertical reaction and the vertical load. The loaded cable can be analyzed by using above equation at any segment of cable. So at any segment you can analyze by taking this equation. Hy is equal to the beam moment. So we'll discuss here the equilibrium of cable subjected to concentrated load. When there is present the concentrated load, what is the equilibrium of the cable? That is the cable subjected to the concentrated loads. So consider the cable of length L. So this is the cable. This is the cable, and the length of the cable is capital L, spanning over a horizontal gap L, and the horizontal length is your L, small l. Consider the cable of length capital L spanning over a horizontal gap small l subjected to the concentrated load as shown in figure 7. So these are the concentrated load W1, W2 and W3. These are the concentrated load present. So due to this concentrated load, so the reaction at A and B is the vertical reaction at A, VA, and the vertical reaction at B, VB, and the horizontal reaction at A, H, and the horizontal reaction at B, H. So let VA and VB be the vertical reactions and H be the horizontal reactions at the supports. So at support, these are the reactions VA, VB, and H. But the equilibrium condition is equal to HY is equal to M beam. Already we got this one. Already we got HY is equal to the beam moment. HY is equal to beam moment. So here you take the equilibrium condition, HY is equal to beam moment or M beam, and you can find out Y is equal to M beam divided by H. So you can find out the deflected shape of the cable, so by taking the beam moment divided by the horizontal thrust. So Y is equal to M beam divided by H. Hence the deflected shape is similar to the beam moment diagram. So what is the deflected shape of the cable? So that is equal to the beam moment diagram due to the concentrated loading. Due to the concentrated loading, what is the bending moment diagram? The deflected shape is similar to the beam moment diagram. If M1, M2, M3 are the beam moment at load point 1, 2, 3 respectively, if the moment at 1 is M1, and moment at 2 is M2, and moment at 3 is M3, and Y1, Y2, Y3 are the deflection at 1, 2, 3 respectively. This is the Y1 is the deflection at 1, and Y2 is the deflection at 2, and Y3 is the deflection at 3 respectively. Then you can find out what is the Y1, Y2, Y3. You can find out this deflection of the point 1 and deflection of the point 2 and deflection of the point 3. That is Y1, Y2, Y3. You can find out Y1 is equal to M1 divided by H, and Y2 is equal to M2 divided by H, and Y3 is equal to M3 divided by H. So Y1, Y2, Y3 can be found using above equation, that is Y1 is equal to M1 by H, Y2 is equal to M2 by H, and Y3 is equal to M3 by H. If the horizontal thrust is known or position of cable at any point is known, the deflections at all points can be calculated. If you know the horizontal thrust or you know the position of cable at any one point, then you can find out what is the deflection at all points using the relation. The actual length of the cable is the sum of lengths of each segment. And how you will find out the actual length of the cable? Because this is the total length of the cable. This is the total length of the cable, and this is each segment. This is from A to 1, this is one segment, and 1 to 2, this is another segment, 2, 3, 3 another segment, and 3 to B another segment. So you have to find out what is the length of the segment. Then after taking the summation of all segment length, then you can find out what is the total length of the cable. So the total length of the cable that you can find out by taking the sum of length of each segment. After finding the deflections, slopes of the various segments can be found. So after knowing the deflection at each point, then you can find out what is the slope of the cable at that point. Using equilibrium equations at load point 1, 2, 3, forces in various segments of the cable can be found. So you know this is the, after taking the equilibrium at the load point 1, 2, 3. This is load point 1, this is another load point, this is another load point. This is 1, 2, 3 are the load points of W1, W2 and W3. So by taking the equilibrium at load point 1, 2, 3, so you can find out the forces in various segment. The forces in the segment you can find out by taking the equilibrium of the load point. Then coming to when the cable subjected to a uniformly distributed load, then now we will find out the equilibrium equation. Let a cable of length L, the cable is supported at point A and B, which are at a horizontal distance L and are at the same level. So this is the same level. The supports are at the same level, and this is the horizontal distance between the support A and B, and this is actually the length of the cable AB, capital L. The cable is subjected to a uniformly distributed load W per unit horizontal length. Then what is the vertical reaction at A? So at support A, there are the vertical reaction at A and the horizontal thrust at A. Similarly at B, there are vertical reaction B and the horizontal thrust at B. So this is VAH at support A and VBH at support B. How we will find out the vertical reaction at A and B? Because this is the load is present. This is the load, and this is the support A. The vertical reaction is your BA, and at support B, the vertical reaction is BB. So what is the reaction at A and B? Because this is the load W, and the length between the support is your small length. So the V and VB is your equal to WL by 2. Half of the load will be carried by the vertical reaction of support A and the vertical reaction of support B. So the V and VB is equal to WL by 2. V and VB is equal to WL by 2. Then taking moment at central point and equate to 0. So this is the central point. This is the central point, and this is the height from the horizontal level. Taking moment at central point and equate to 0. What is the moment here? What is the moment here? Because this take any one section here at the central point and consider the right or left side of the section. So here you consider the left side of the section. So in left side of the section, what are the forces you are having? So this is the vertical reaction, and this is horizontal thrust, and this is the UDL present, left side of the midsection. The left side of the midsection, there is present the uniform distributed load, vertical reaction at A, and the horizontal thrust. So you take the moment about this point of these forces. So what is the moment? H1, capital H into small h. This is capital H and this is small h. So the moment of this horizontal thrust about this point is your capital H into small h. And what is the moment of this vertical reaction? This is anti-clockwise, and this is due to vertical reaction, the moment is clockwise. And due to this vertical reaction, what is the moment here? VA into L by 2. VA into L by 2. But you know VA is equal to WL by 2. WL by 2 into L by 2. And there is present the uniform distributed load for the half portion. So this is the total UTL, but you have to take the moment of this portion about this point. So what is the moment of this load? So the total load for this half portion is W into L by 2, and the central distance is L by 4 into L by 4. So W into L by 2 into L by 4. So this is the moment at the midsection. But you know, at the cable, at any section, the bending moment is equal to 0. So equate this one equal to 0. Take the bending moment is equal to 0. Then after simplification, so here you will get the horizontal thrust is equal to WL square by 8H. If V the shear force at any section, x distance x from A, so let us take one section here at a distance x from the support A. X from the support A. Here you take section. This is take section at a distance x from the support A. So then T is equal to root over of V square plus H square. You see here. So this is the tension. This is the tension in the cable, and this is the vertical force, and this is the horizontal force. At the section, this is vertical force, and this is the horizontal force. How will find out this T? So T is equal to V square plus H square. T is equal to V square plus H square root over. T is equal to V square plus H square root over. But you know, you will get the maximum vertical VA. So where you will get the maximum vertical reaction? Where you will get the maximum vertical reaction? At the support. So at support A and support B, the vertical reaction is your maximum. That is V and VB is equal to WL by 2. So V max is equal to WL by 2 at support. So when you put this V max, and also at the support, this is the horizontal thrust. At the support, horizontal thrust is equal to WL square by 8h. So after putting the horizontal thrust and the V max at support, so you'll get the T max is equal to root over of WL by 2 whole square plus WL square by 8h whole square. This is equal to WL by 2 root over of 1 plus L square by 16h square. This is the T max, where you will get the minimum vertical reaction. Here you see at the midpoint of the cable. So here only horizontal force is acting, and here there is no vertical force. So the minimum vertical reaction, vertical force you will get at the midpoint of the cable. You will get the minimum vertical force at the midpoint of the cable here. So here the V minimum, V is equal to 0. So the V minimum is equal to 0. V minimum is 0 at the center. Then find out what is the T minimum. Find out what is T minimum. T minimum is equal to V, here you take V is equal to 0, 0 plus H square. So T minimum is equal to H. So at the midpoint of the cable, the T minimum is equal to capital H. That is what is the tension in the cable, that is equal to the horizontal thrust. At the midpoint of the cable, the tension in the cable, that is equal to the horizontal thrust. So T minimum is equal to H. At any point, since cable not resist shear, V is equal to T sin theta. V is equal to T. So this is your cable and this is the tensile force. So here T sin theta, because this is the angle between the T and the horizontal force. T and horizontal force. This is the angle. So what is the, here you take the component of this T along the vertical direction. So T sin theta is equal to V. T sin theta is equal to V. Now to find the shape of the cable, consider the portion on left side of section XX. Now to find out the shape of the cable, we'll find out what is the shape of the cable. So what you have to take a section and consider the left side of the section. Consider the left side of the section XX and let theta be the slope. Theta be the slope. Theta is the slope. Take the summation of horizontal force is equal to 0. So take summation of horizontal force is equal to 0, because here you see this is T and you take the horizontal component of this T. T cos theta is equal to H. T cos theta is equal to H. T cos theta is equal to H. Similarly, find out the summation of vertical force is equal to 0. So when you are taking here, you have to consider the left side of the section and how many forces are having. So this is one vertical direction and there is present the UDL for this portion. UDL present downward. So VA minus WX. So what is the vertical force at the section when you are considering the left side of the section? VA minus W into X. T sin theta and this T sin theta, the vertical force at the section is equal to T sin theta is equal to VA minus W into X. You got here T cos theta is equal to H and T sin theta is equal to VA minus WX. So here you take T sin theta is equal to WL by 2 minus WX. Because T sin theta is equal to VA minus WX and here, but you know VA is equal to WL by 2. You know VA is equal to WL by 2. So here you put T sin theta is equal to WL by 2 minus WX. WL by 2 minus WX. Then find out the tan theta. T sin theta divided by T cos theta is equal to WL by 2 minus WX divided by H. You know tan theta is equal to dy by dx. So is equal to WL by 2 minus WX into 1 by h. Then after integrating this one, after taking the integration of this one, so y is equal to wl by 2 into x minus wx square by 2 into 1 by h. Then after simplification, y is equal to wx L minus x divided by 2h. But you know what is the horizontal thrust value? H is equal to WL square by 8h. So after putting the h value here, y is equal to wx into L minus x divided by 2 into 8h by WL square. So this is equal to 4hx L minus x divided by L square. So y is equal to wx into L minus x by 2h. Then substituting the value of h, that is you are equal to WL square by 8h. So we get y is equal to wx into L minus x. Y is equal to wx into L minus x divided by 2 into 8h by WL square is equal to 4hx L minus x by L square. So this is the equation of the parabola. So you know that is the equation of parabola, that is you are equal to 4hx into L minus x divided by L square. So the shape of the cable is a parabola. So this is the equation of the parabola. So the shape of the cable is also parabola shape. Then you can find out the length of the cable. The length that you can find out, ds by dx is equal to root over of 1 plus dy by dx whole square is equal to 1 plus half 4h into L minus 2x by L square whole square. Then you can find out the length of the cable. L is here equal to integration 0 to L ds, that is equal to L plus 8h square by 3l. So this is the length of the cable. You can find out from this expression. And the shape of the cable is parabola, and this is the equation y is equal to 4hx into L minus x divided by L square. And you can find out the angle, that is from this equation. This is the equation. Using this equation, you can find out what is the slope at any point in the cable. Theta is here equal to, because this is the tan theta value, then you can find out what is the angle of the cable. Theta is equal to tan inverse WL by 2 minus WX into 1 by H. Then coming to what are the forces acting on anchor cables and towers. Forces on anchor cables and towers. The forces on anchor cable and towers depend upon the type of support given to cables. There are two types of support, you know, that is guided pulley support and roller support. So how you will find out the forces in guided pulley support? So here you see this is guided pulley support. So this is the tower, and this is the main cable, and this is the anchor cable. And the angle of the main cable with horizontal is theta, and the angle of the anchor cable with horizontal is alpha. Assume the pulley as frictionless. This is the pulley. So here this is the main cable, and this is the anchor cable is your supporting. So assume the pulley is frictionless. So you have to take the tension in anchor cable is equal to tension in main cable. What is the tension in the main cable? That is equal to the tension in anchor cable. Let the tension be T. Then find out what is the vertical load transmitted to tower. So what is the vertical load transmitted to the tower? This is the tower, because this is the two cable. So this cable is inclined at an angle of theta to the horizontal, the main cable, and the anchor cable is inclined at an angle alpha with the horizontal. So what is the vertical component of these two cable? What is the vertical component of these two cable? So this is T sin theta, and this one is T sin alpha. Then the vertical load transmitted to tower is equal to T sin theta plus T sin alpha. The vertical load transmitted to tower is equal to T into sin theta plus sin alpha. Then find out what is the horizontal load transmitted to tower. Find out what is the horizontal load transmitted to the tower. And here you take the horizontal component of this main cable and the anchor cable. Here you take, this is T cos theta, the horizontal component of this T, this is T cos theta, and the horizontal component of the anchor cable T, this is T cos alpha. So what is the horizontal load transmitted to tower? is here equal to T cos theta minus T cos alpha. Then horizontal load transmitted to tower is equal to T into cos theta minus cos alpha. Then find out what is the bending moment on the tower. So here you find out what is the bending moment. Because you know what is the horizontal force, T cos theta minus T cos alpha, and the perpendicular distance H1, and the perpendicular distance H1. Bending moment on the tower is equal to horizontal force on tower into height of tower. So the horizontal force on tower is equal to T cos theta minus cos alpha into the height of tower is H1. So this is the bending moment on the tower, T cos theta minus cos alpha into H1. Then coming to the roller support. This is roller support. In this case, the suspension cable and the anchor cables are connected to a saddle resting on a tower. This is a saddle resting on tower, and here the main cable and the anchor cable both are connected. This is two cable, main cable and anchor cable. This is connected to the saddle resting on the tower. And the angle here, the tension in the main cable is T, and the tension in the anchor cable is T1. Here both are different. Both the tension in main cable and anchor cable, that is different. And the angle of the main cable with the horizontal theta, and the angle of the anchor cable with the horizontal alpha. This case, the tension in the two cables are different. Let T be the tension in the main cable and T1 in the tension in the anchor cable. Assume saddle have frictionless rollers. So what is the horizontal component of this one? So this is T cos theta. This is T cos theta, and this one is a T1 cos alpha. T1 cos alpha is equal to T cos theta. Then you can find out what is the tension in the anchor cable. T1 is equal to T cos theta by cos alpha. Since saddle is having frictionless rollers, there is no horizontal force and hence no bending moment on tower. So there is no horizontal force and there is also no bending moment on tower. So here the bending moment is equal to 0. There is no bending moment on the tower and there is also no horizontal force. And only you have to find out the vertical force on the tower. This is, you take the vertical component of this T and the vertical component of T1. So T sin theta plus T1 sin alpha. So the vertical force on the tower is equal to T1 sin alpha plus T sin theta. This is the vertical force on the tower. So here there is no horizontal force and there is no bending moment. In the case of roller support, only you have to find out the vertical force on the tower. But in the case of guided pulley support, so you can find out what is the vertical load and horizontal load, and also you can find out what is the bending moment on the tower. So this is all about the cable and suspension bridge and the equilibrium of the cable subjected to the concentrated load and uniform distributed load. And these are the different types of support system, that is the roller support and the guided pulley support. Now all are clear?